Welcome to The Architecture of a Life. Today, we will explore the deep complexities of human existence and the nature of death through the lens of Gilles Deleuze's process of molecular abstraction. This is not just a study of biology, but a philosophical journey from the virtual, pre-individual state to the actual, manifested reality of a human life. To understand Deleuze, we must first shatter the traditional linear paradigm. While conventional ontology views identity as a fixed essence and development as the fulfillment of a predetermined destiny, Deleuzian ontology proposes a radical alternative. Here, identity is creative repetition, development is a complex shifting of unconscious desires, and death is not an absolute end, but a return to the pre-individual cosmic network. This process is driven by the engine of existence, a triad consisting of the virtual idea, our reservoir of possibilities, the operation of the differentiator, and the final actual differentiation. This is not merely a theoretical framework, it is a generative model that allows us to map the entirety of how a life takes shape. Before conception lies the pre-individual virtual field. Imagine a state of pure possibility where parental genetics, the vital energy of nature, historical legacies, and the specific pressures of an era coexist. At this stage, there is no individual, only an entangled, rich soup of potential ready to be actualized. As we move into the surge of individuation, we encounter three critical forces: the dark precursor, which embeds childhood trauma into the unconscious, the fetus, or the body without organs that synthesizes initial life systems, and the differentiator, the unique, non-organic vitality that defines an individual's specific temperament. Throughout life, we utilize a machinery of disguise. While your core unconscious desire remains constant, it manifests through constant displacement and disguise. As we grow, our inner core doesn't change its essence, rather, it adopts new masks and new forms to navigate the changing series of events that life presents to us. Growth occurs through a dual process of differentiation. The virtual capacities of our unconscious generate creative repetition by manifesting in two directions simultaneously: internally through the development of our organic parts, and externally through our roles within the species and social structures. This leads us to the timeline of creative repetition. From the childhood desire for recognition, through the displacements of young adulthood, to the professional achievements of middle age, the outer appearance of our life is constantly changing. Yet, behind every stage, the singular virtual differentiator remains the constant, driving force. As we age, we face a structural tension between territorialization and deterritorialization. The former represents the hardening of our bodies and the standardization of our habits. However, deterritorialization is the persistent, vital attempt to decode those structures, pushing us toward new creative challenges even in our later years. Finally, we reach the moment of dissolution. While the physical body decomposes, the event of a life does not vanish. It persists as a pure event in the virtual world. The actual assemblage of our life simply decomposes, allowing the energy to flow back into the vast, cosmic virtual network. This brings us to the cosmic loop of eternal return. Death is not a termination, it is a grand transition. Human life is an endless process of creative repetition where the individual, having lived, returns to the virtual continuum, ready to combine anew. It is a cycle of birth, actualization, and return that defines the architecture of life itself.